We have the outcome of the mid-quarter review, and there's no rate action. The policy rates remain the same. Cash reserve ratio remains the same, so that remains at 4.75. The repo rate remains at 8.5, reverse at 7.5, the MSF at 9.5. Now, what the Reserve Bank of India has said is that inflationary risks in the system persist and that they have actually risen in recent weeks. So that is indicative, and it has actually said that as well, that this is actually going to influence future rate action. It has said that the rate action or the rate stance of the Reserve Bank of India from here onwards is going to be clearly in the direction of lowering policy rates, but that inflationary concerns are going to influence the timing and the magnitude of a rate cut, somewhere seeming to suggest that if inflationary risks that have posed or that have emerged in recent weeks continue to hold up, that you may not even possibly see any sort of rate action or a rate cut in April. Now, what it has said is that upside risks to inflation have increased from the recent surge in crude oil prices, fiscal slippage and rupee depreciation. Besides, there continues to be significant suppressed inflation in fuel, fertilizer and power, as administered prices do not fully reflect the cost of production. The other big issue is, and this is something that it had mentioned in the January policy when the third quarter review was put out, that in the absence of fiscal consolidation and a shift in spending from public to private and the shift in expenditure from consumption to capital formation, you are going to see the Reserve Bank of India holding back on policy rates, that it has said that it would be constrained in its ability to lower rates. And this is something that it has spelled out twice in this paper, and this is just a 5-sheet page. It has spoken about the point that I just mentioned, that the fact that subsidies are suppressing inflation, and also the fact that in the absence of credible fiscal consolidation, or rather credible fiscal consolidation or the need for it, will be an important factor in shaping the inflation outlook. So there you have it. As far as rates go, the Reserve Bank of India has stayed put. It hasn't done anything on that front, but clearly sending out a message that inflation is continuing to be a risk, that it will pose a risk. The upside risks to inflation have risen in recent weeks, and that will be a big factor influencing rate cuts going forward.